yourself or your organization in a situation where the burden for their qualification is all on them because we know it doesn't work. I'm going to get in so much trouble here for saying this, but there's cross lines in here. I wouldn't listen to anybody that's telling you anything different. And the reason why I say this is because this is a new skin fact. This is what they've learned over the last many years of their own analytical data. This is a fact. Let's work this into our business plan. That we should never rely on more than 20% of the volume to meet our requirements, and that's even after you qualify. 80% of that volume should be customers and other distributors in the organization. Does everybody understand that? That's a fundamental fact about this business, domestically and globally. Distributors that do not sponsor in their LOI or their first month qualification have a 95% failure rate. So if you jump into this business, or your distributors jump in, they don't sponsor anybody in their LOI month or their first month qualifying, you've got a 95% attrition rate. They're 95% likely that they're going to fail. So what does that say to you? You see how these things are all have what I call connective tissue. These facts are all connected together. If you buy a business builder kit and you don't sponsor anybody, what's going to happen? 95% failure rate. New skin statistic. This is a hard and true fact. Distributors that sponsor at least 2 or more distributors in their LOI, in their first month qualifying. So if you sponsor more than 2, you're 9 times more likely to become an executive than if you don't. 9 times. 900% increase. New skin statistic. If you're sponsoring more than, is 2 a big deal? 2 shouldn't be a big deal if you're going to build a big business. I mean, I don't know of anybody. We're going to get in and see another statistic here about what the average Blue Diamond sponsors in their lifetime in order to get from executive to Blue Diamond. So we have to sponsor. We have to follow a duplication model, whatever that is. It's interesting as we travel around the world because there's different duplication models. And there's there's variances in the cultural, there's variances in the compensation plan in China. The compensation plan is very different than it is here. Very different. But guess what? Each and every market, if they've locked into the right duplication model, they're making it successful. So that is an indication that it is not so much dependent on everybody in the world doing exactly the same thing. It's understanding the nuances of the particular market and understanding what works and what doesn't work.